Where did you find this guy?
There were so many great games released in 2009. It's been really hard for the four of us to pick just one each, but we managed it. Just about. I'm Dan, and I had to go with the PS3 exclusive Uncharted 2 Among Thieves. The game is a story-driven action-adventure that just never lets up on throwing awesome set pieces at you. From start to finish, you'll be globe-trotting your way through jungles, ice caverns and lost cities looking for a fabled treasure, solving puzzles and, of course, taking out all the bad guys as you go. The graphics really show just how powerful the PS3 is. Every single area is jaw-droppingly stunning, and the attention to detail is second to none, as you can see.
Back in our favour.
Sweep the city, find him, and take him out.
You'll feel like you know all the characters too. They're very well realised and instantly likeable. I know not everybody likes this style of game, but with so much to do in a beautifully well realised world, it's certainly worth a try, especially with a story this engaging. In fact, I'd go as far as to say it's worth getting a PS3 to play, especially if you throw in the first game in the series and a handful of Blu-ray movies too. Over to you, Ian.
Sure hope you know what you're doing.
I don't have the faintest idea.
My favourite game of 2009 has to be Left 4 Dead 2 on the Xbox 360. Unfortunately, because the trailer gets incredibly gory and inappropriate any minute now, I'm just going to have to say buy it now and talk about my second favourite game instead. Modern Warfare 2 edged just in front of Grand Theft Auto 4 when it came to pre-release anticipation. On release day, gamers all over the world stood for hours in queues to grasp a copy in their sweaty little mitts, me included. If you played the first Modern Warfare, you'll instantly know what to expect. A Hollywood blockbuster-worthy storyline, intense action scenes, and the best, most addictive multiplayer experience on any console ever. Sure, it didn't really add anything new and innovative to the series, maybe a couple of multiplayer tweaks here and there, but really, it didn't need to. And when a gaming franchise is this loved to start with, any major changes may have been met with disdain from fans. Modern Warfare 2 is the benchmark for all first-person shooters. It's the one that all games developers will try, and probably fail, to beat. As Cannon Fodder sang way back in 1993, war has never been so much fun. All yours, Brendan.
Right, I'm a massive survival horror fan, so naturally Resident Evil, or Biohazard as its true title, is a big deal to me. I've followed the series since its fabled beginnings, even struggling my way through Resident Evil Gaiden on the Game Boy Color. Yes, the Game Boy. Remember that? Anyway, Resident Evil 5 is the latest in the bunch and uses the same gameplay system as Resident Evil 4, which is a far cry away from the original format, sporting an over-the-shoulder perspective with the emphasis on action. A lot of fans didn't like the transition, but being a true follower of all things zombie, I embraced the change with outstretched arms and a frothy mouth, thoroughly enjoying the experience in both 4 and 5. Why was 5 my favourite? Well, just for the sheer longevity of the title is immense. Not only do you have a mammoth amount of guns to collect and upgrade, you also get lots of other trinkets in the form of special filters for the game, extra costumes, a co-op mode, infinite ammo, a bloomin' triple barrel shotgun named the Hydra, and of course Chris Redfield is back. This game is also the first in the series to be set almost entirely in the light. Yep, sunshine is scary after all.
Superb game, excellent graphics, sassy female character Sheva Alomar, and eggs that heal you. Go eggs.
Over to you, Matt.
Batman Arkham Asylum is a fantastic game. It's stylish, highly playable, and draws on its comic book source material perfectly. The experience is all the sweeter because practically every superhero video game in history has been utter rubbish, with Superman on the N64 reaching a new low in 1999. Some developers over the years have made a pants game and then expect to sell bucket loads of copies just because they've stuck a picture of your favourite superhero on the box. Rocksteady could have done that with Batman and probably still made a little bit of cash, but they obviously chose not to, instead putting real imagination, creativity and skill into the making of Batman Arkham Asylum, which as a result could easily be a contender for best superhero video game of all time. The atmosphere and tone are tuned to perfection. It's a super slick and stylish game with some brilliant voice acting, particularly from Mark Hamill as the Joker. The excitement never lets up, and there are even several moments in the story where you're reminded of Batman's fallibility, which will have you staring in awe at the TV. The gothic style of the Batman comics has been captured impeccably, and the opening scenes build the tension and the story to the point that you really feel claustrophobic, one step behind the Joker and trapped on Arkham Island for what you know is going to be a very long night of clueless henchmen, stealthy takedowns, and lots of batarangs, which are basically like boomerangs, but shaped like a bat. In Batman Arkham Asylum, Rocksteady have created the foundations for a solid franchise, and the good news is that a sequel is already in the works. Kapow! Keep it real, keep it GameTank.